Good morning, Morai V'Abotai. Bez Hashem, Mincha is going to be 8:10. Please be on time. The learning today is in honor of Lilui Nishmat Raya Rachel Bat Penina, Svetlana Bat Raya Rachel, and also Shlomo Ben Amalia and Refuah Shilma Rafael Herzl Ben Amalia. Sponsored by the Ovadia family and Alex Levy and his family. Chazaku Baruch to them. Further sponsorships, please see Rabbi Babayev. As we continue in the Arachot, we're going to discuss now cases where you're actually allowed to tell a goy directly to do something that might be considered a Torah violation in other contexts if a Jew were to do it. One of the cases that Shulchan Aruch mentions is extreme cold. If it's like places like New York sometimes could get this cold, and certainly in Northern Europe where this was more common, where the weather can really get to temperatures that are extremely low. Says the Shulchan Aruch, a person is allowed to directly tell a goy in such a case to even light a fire, which would be asur for a Jew to do biblically, and generally you're not allowed to tell a goy to do something that's asur for a Jew to do on Shabbat, but in that case it would be mutar. And the reason the Shulchan Aruch says is because hakol holim etzel tzina, which means everybody is sick when it comes to extreme cold. If it's so cold, and it's very easy to get sick, and it's considered as if they're sick in terms of the cold. And a sick person, you're allowed to tell a goy to do something for you. But those, the Shulchan Aruch says very clearly, is only when it's extremely cold. If it's just cold, mildly, or even pretty discomfortable, but it's not extreme, Shulchan Aruch says is not allowed to tell a goy at all to turn on a fire or to light. In our times, it would be turning on a heater. You wouldn't be allowed to tell a goy at all to do that if it's just very uncomfortable and it's not extreme cold. However, the Shulchan Aruch has another two levels. There's a discomfort, and there's something that we could call pretty cold, but not extreme. The difference between those two levels is if you're allowed to tell a goy for the sake of minors. Because Maran writes, even though for adults, it needs to be extreme. And I think the category of extreme would be maybe 10 degrees Fahrenheit, 20 degrees Fahrenheit, that's extreme cold. But for a minor, you don't need it to get to that level. Even if it's, let's say, 30 degrees, where it's pretty cold, but it's not extreme cold, you would be able to tell a goy to do it for children, because children are even more sensitive to the cold. For an adult and for a child, both cases, if it's just mild, it's a little bit uncomfortable in the house, it's not as warm as you would like it to be, that would be asur to tell a goy, whether it's for the children or it's for adults. So if you like it when the house is 70 degrees and it's 65, it's 60, it's colder, you wear a sweater. It's not a big deal. You wouldn't tell a goy to do it for the sake even of the minor. But once it gets to temperatures below that, where it could actually get a child sick, and certainly if it gets to extreme temperatures, then even directly you would be allowed to tell a goy to turn on the heat on Shabbat. Baruch Adonai le'olam. Amen ve'amen.